How to understand climate with reference to Le Corbusier. When it comes to learning about climate in architecture, there is a great master of 20th century, none other than Le Corbusier, who can teach you the importance of climate. We will explore Corbusier's three design principles and their combination to understand the sun. The first principle is the dynamics of the sun. The second is the domino effect. And the third is the brise soleil, which is known as sun shading. Corbusier understands the climate so well. All his project starts with the first diagram of the sun, where the sun rises, sun sets, and sun rises again. Corbusier always gives importance to the dynamism of the sun in all his projects. His second principle of architecture, directly related to the climate's importance, is known as domino effect, where the built mass is appraised, which contains the open floor planning, free facade, roof garden, and the pillared structure. His third key design principles for climate is brise soleil, known as the sun shading device. This one element of design becomes so famous that many architects are now following these principles in their design. Let's understand these principles with the help of a real project. In 1931, Corbusier designed a housing project in his studio for Barcelona, where for the first time he considered the fact of climate and passive ventilation system in his design. He used various shading devices on the west facade. This house was very small, but Corbusier added all the key element of the passive cooling into the house. The main facade is facing the west orientation, so Corbusier added the sun shading device in the west facade. Let's see the section of this house, where the staircase is at the back side of the house. This house has 3 floors, a terrace with a roof garden reflecting the direct sunlight, making the house cool. The ground floor has a living area with double height and a cave-like entrance, allowing air to travel from the front to the back of the house. So this house has an open floor planning. The first floor has a kitchen containing the kitchen garden and a shading jalis in the front. The top floor has bedrooms that are naturally ventilated. Natural light enters from the staircase well, and the house is full of passive ventilation system. Corbusier considered the fact of summer sun and winter sun into the house, and he added all the necessary elements to protect the house from the direct sunlight. Let's try to understand the key element of climate into the second project. The second project we will discuss is Villa Savoy, which follows the domino effect and incorporates Corbusier's 5 principles of design: the free floor planning, the horizontal window, pillar structure, the roof garden, and the free facade. These principles are reinterpreted with the environmental consideration. The appraised built mass acts as a solar filter. The open plan responds to the solar reflection, and horizontal window contributes to the glazing effect. The third project we will discuss is the combination of domino effect and the brise soleil, which is the unité de habitation. This project becomes the crucial phase of shaping Corbusier's design philosophy. Here, Corbusier used the sun shading method to protect the direct sunlight from entering the house. He appraised the whole building on pillars, where the ground became the free floor plan. It contains the terrace garden, and the facade contains the sun shading, which is the brise soleil. It is a French word that means the sun shading. So this building was very crucial while Corbusier was developing his design philosophy. He understood the importance of sun by the help of sun shading into this project. The section of the building contains the combination of single and double height floors. Here Corbusier designed the building in such a way that both sides of the house are getting the sun and are protected by brise soleil. In this project, the orientation becomes the problem. Corbusier uses the north-south orientation for the longer facade. The idea is that the morning sun will enter the house for the first half, and the afternoon sun will enter into the house for the second half. But this approach was not enough to cater the sun at its full potential, because this kind of orientation is known as Zellenbu orientation, where the longer facade of the building is at the north-south orientation. Usually we put the longer facade of the building at the east-west orientation because west sun is hard to manage on a longer facade compared to the shorter facade. Corbusier realized his mistake and he changed his approach later. And in 1950, when Corbusier came to India, he was fully prepared to implement his ideas and updated principles to the new design challenges. He designed the Villa Sodhan in India as a complete project of his final statement for the climate and architecture. He added cubism proportion into the design. He added the beautiful blend of domino and brise soleil into his project. The floor planning contains the open floor plan on pillars and added a sun shading at the west and the south facade. So the house of a Villa Sodhan was so beautifully designed by the Corbusier that it became a crucial case study to understand the importance of climate and the architecture. Corbusier's idea of climate is very crucial in the field of architecture. We can learn these principles to make better design and improve the thermal interior. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next video. Salute.